A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought. And now what I can say for sure about what I'm going to talk about today, it's a combination of both a pistol and a shotgun. And one of the most important factors about this is that, well, this is not too recent, but of course, what this is, it is in fact a shotgun pistol hybrid that uses shells. Yeah, 3-round buckshot shells, the same variety that was included in the Zombie Strike Sledgefire, but for a new generation of users. This is the Shellstrike from the Elite lineup. It's safe to say that for an 8-year-old lineup now, this is still going. The Elite lineup has been around that long, and Hasbro's really been putting their attention to it because, after all, what can I say about this one in particular? Well, to begin with, it has kind of a tedious loading procedure. If you were really patient like myself, then well, you could probably deal with it, but just watch this and count down with me. 3, 2, 1. Did you notice how long that pretty much took? It took me that many seconds just to unload an empty shell out of the chamber and put a new one in and arm it by pulling back this tab here. And now, that's kind of another problem right there. It shoots all 3 of them at once. I guess it's supposed to give us the impression that it's an actual shotgun sort of buckshot to it, where it basically has 3 rounds that come out of the shell at once, but I'm just not so sure about it. But check this out. I got another shell here that seems like there's nothing in it, but they are invisible-its. Illegally modded, invisible darts. And I guess it's now time for me to see if the Shellstrike can really prove its worth by using these instead of just your traditional Nerf darts, pretty much. Oh wow. Now that is incredible. Quite a powerful thunder blast coming out of the barrel here, if you will. So the Shellstrike really does pretty good around here, just like the Aftersought Tiger, which I've already talked about. If you're wanting to look at that review, then it's also up on the Aftersought playlist. But I will say that the Shellstrike does have itself a few quirks that pretty much differ it from other shotgun-related blasters. Of course, the fact that it has itself an opening chamber, which is very similar to that of the Sledgefire. It's one thing, but of course, it pretty much acts exactly like the Sledgefire, because in order to load it, you simply open the chamber up, and while the Sledgefire shells can automatically pop out so you can easily grab them and remove them from the chamber, this one here, you pretty much have to shake like this, or sometimes even tap the inside of it like this, in order for the shell to pop right out. So it's pretty much held in by these little tabs that are on the inside. You probably can't really see them that well, but if you notice those little nubs on the inside of the barrel, then well, that's pretty much how these holes right here are pretty much grabbed in. So that way it doesn't easily fall out, which kind of is good and also not so good at the same time. But the Shellstrike in general, aside from all these little demerits that it has, its actual merits are pretty much placed in line with the fact that, well, it is a mixture of shotgun and pistol. Enough said. And this little tab thing in the back kind of reminds me of the Fuse Fire and a few other blasters that also had this kind of, well, priming mechanism on it. Just this little tab that sits on the back end of it and pretty much just pulls back the plunger with the small spring in the center. So that way the air restrictor can automatically propulsate the dart outward, and well, the rest of it is just self-explanatory pretty much. But overall, for an 8-year-old lineup that is still ongoing, the Elite lineup is surely getting some new additions to it every year. But by far, the Shellstrike is pretty much one of the only that we've gotten throughout this whole year of 2020. And the main reason for that is because Hasbro has been paying a little more attention to some of their other newer lineups, including the Ultra lineup, the Elite 2.0, or the Super lineup, if you will, the Alpha Strike lineup, and they're also trying to add more to the Rivals lineup and the Mega lineup and the Zombie Strike lineup as well. Of course, I'll talk a little bit more about some of those other ones that are going to be featured here on Aftersought that have also been released this year, but other than that, the Shellstrike is still the most recent addition to the Elite lineup as we know it today. But coming soon, we're going to progress from Elite to Ultra. That's right. I'll let you take a wild guess on what the blaster that I'm going to pick first will be, but of course, out of all Ultra blasters that have been released so far until here in October of 2020, you could probably try to find out which one it is. But until then, I'm Jay Nowak, and this has been Nerf Secret Revealed Aftersought. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.